Welcome back, traders. Hopefully everyone had a nice weekend. So, I want to apologize if you guys got excited about Bitcoin breaking above 22.5, because I did think we were going to get a move up there. We did get a move up there. We tested and touched the 200-day moving average, and well, we rejected it, right? So we were bullishly engulfing these candles. However, going into the close here, we can see that we're not doing that right now. You know, we didn't take out these lows or anything, but we're not. I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't look as good as it was looking earlier this week. Okay. Touching the top of the range here and getting a reversal. You know, we're basically still in this rising wedge type formation right now. We did get this like double bottom here that happened, which caused this nice rally up, right? But we couldn't hold this support at 21.5. We just broke through it, and it's unfortunate. But you know, we are still technically in a bear market, although. Just zoom out, man. I mean, like, I think long-term here, I still don't think this is a bad place to long-term accumulate Bitcoin if you guys think Bitcoin is the future. You know, we're down here at, you know, 29 on the RSI. We've never seen Bitcoin down at these lows in the history of Bitcoin, so something to watch out for. Obviously, the midterm or the short term here, we could still see some lower prices. This is what this is telling me right now. We making a lower high up here towards the top of this range. We could just range here for a bit before we really either make a big break or actually making a move back to the upside. I mean, technically we haven't taken out these lows, but you know how these rising wedges go in downtrends, right? Look at the preceding patterns here. We've had a rising wedge breakdown here, a major rising wedge breakdown here. And yeah, that's when we lost that 30K level, right? So, all right, let's take a look at Tether and see what Tether's doing. We did break this parabola structure here, which is why I thought we were going to see some upside, which we did see some upside, just not as much as I thought we were going to see. We're holding now above this 50-day moving average here on the daily for Tether. It's really weird. Can you guys hear me? I can see some ones in the chat if you guys can hear me. My YouTube live stream thing is messed up here. I don't know, whatever. All right, cool. I shall continue then. Let's see. Nice. All right, cool. All right, so yeah. Daily getting this nice reaction right off the 50-day moving average. We're coming to a supply line here on Tether. We still have like our we still have a signal in on the short side here, but you know, DXY is up 0.18%. That's going to dictate what Tether does, really, unfortunately. So, but we are at a supply line here. You know, kind of take heed as to what happens here. If we do get some sort of rejection, that will mean that prices, the Bitcoin price will go up if we get rejection here. So, you know, we're basically at a resistance, but looks like it's curling back up, right? Looks like it's curling up here. But we are coming to a resistance area, right? I've talked about this a lot. When Tether's at a major resistance area, this could be an area to scalp along, depending upon the action of where we're at, right? So I'm gonna say be careful in a long right now, but you know, because if this does break this resistance, it is going to be a breakout, and we could see prices just continue to move down. As you know, like, we're in this rising wedge structure right now with like 12-hour bearish divergence, and we were talking about bearish divergence yesterday on the 4-hour. Now it's happening now on the 12-hour charts, unfortunately. So we can clearly see that as well. Stoics pointed down here, and we can get a move down to this 20.5 region. That wouldn't be shocking at all. We could see this come down to the bottom of the trend line again, and you know, we can hold this. We can hold in this rising wedge for a while before we get a, you know, either a break up or a breakdown. In my opinion, we're going to probably see another breakdown, right? Because we're still in this bear market, man, and unfortunately, you know, DXY doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. This just broke out here, so like, unfortunately, we can still see DXY rally a bit, even though we do have some divergence here forming on the 3-day chart. Higher high on price, lower high on the relative strength index, but in uptrends, the bearish divergence won't it'll underperform, right? So that's unfortunate. We have that bearish divergence coming in right now, and that's probably going to play out. Okay. I am long-term accumulating down here, guys. I think anything under 30K is going to be a good long-term accumulation zone. You know, we could see that low at, you know, 14 or even down at 10K. It's possible. I'm not going to sit here and try to call bottoms, man. But if we really do break this, you know, $19,000 low here, you know, we are looking at, you know, like 14K region. All right. Because there's not really much support in between here, right? All right, so let's take a look at. We looked at DXY, we looked at Tether. Let's look at cycle repeat. Cycle repeat is already showing that it's topped out, or close to topped out. And we might get one more test of top of the range here, maybe, before down she goes, right? This is calling for like $8,700 by December, man. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. New full chart on Bitcoin. Yeah, like as you guys know, we've already entered capitulation stage. Every time we enter capitulation stage is a long-term place to be accumulating. Okay, so arrange your cash accordingly. We're obviously going into a recession and or, you know, extended bear market possibly. And as we know, the fear and greed index is sitting around 22. So yeah, I've been making higher lows on the fear and greed since this local bottom here. Okay, that we made around 6. And looks like we only had 3 people on the stream tonight. That's great. Great news. Nobody wants to hear we're still in a bear market. Everyone only wants to know when we're pumping to the moon. That's it. Yep. 3 on the stream tonight. That's it. Well, I guess I won't be streaming for too much longer then. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to hear? the 3 people that are on the stream, what would you guys like to see? Yes, sir. Yep. All right, we got some chat here to catch up on. Let's see. Riding them shorts. Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to ride shorts. Yep. Uniswap did have an inverse head and shoulders on it. We can take a look at it. So Uniswap, H-bar, and Gala long term. Yeah, we can take a look at it. I actually like H-bar. We can talk about that in a second, though. The only reason why I like H-bar, well, it has a lot to do with my brother. He's involved. He's one of their partners, so you know he's telling me they're working on some big things like carbon credits, and I think that'll be a big to do. Yeah, these could be longer term targets here if we get down here. You know, 2 cents, 1.5 cents. 786 or 886 fib extensions if we get down there. Uniswap and Gala. Look at Uniswap real fast. Uniswap made a nice little run, right? Yeah, so nice inverse head and shoulders here for Uniswap. We're targeting that 745 area here if it does continue on the 3-day chart. Daily, you're at a resistance, right? You're at the 50-day moving average. You could see it just pull back a bit to like the 570 range. I like AVAX, man. I think that's going to be one of the bigger layer ones. It went on a massive run, right? $1 to $150, man. That's 140x, 150x. Do I think it's going to do something similar next run? Man, I don't know. But, I mean, 17,000% sounds pretty fun to me. It may not do that exact move again, but... man, if it goes to like $400 or $500, that's still going to be a pretty significant move, right? In terms of ROI. Yeah, and that you're looking probably at that 1272 fib extension, like long term here, right? Like $350 for AVAX if it bottoms out. I don't know. Let's just say it bottoms out at like $7 or something. You know, that's a major move, right? So yeah, Uniswap looks good, but might pull back a bit. With Bitcoin pulling back. Gala, I don't really know too much about this coin. I know it's a gaming coin, but yeah, just pay attention to the supply line here, right? You got lots of room to run. If it does bottom somewhere, it'll probably go and test the supply line before going into a major uptrend. If it does go into an uptrend, right? But right now, this actually looks like a lot like a descending triangle formation, right? So yeah, just pay attention to that. And this doesn't look too good yet. TRB, sure. So we got a reaction rally off the 618 here. We're still making lower highs. And you got a clear supply line here that you haven't breached yet. And, you know, these higher lows down here, they're good. As long as you continue to make them, they're good. But, yeah, just be careful. You got some rejection here at the top of the range, which makes sense. You know, right here you got this congestion area. But you're holding the daily 50-day moving average, so that's good. If this does continue to hold up here, you could see, you know, a test of the 200, which is around that 19.25. Sure, let's look at total too. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of looking a lot like Bitcoin's looking like a rising wedge or something here. That lower high being made. I mean, you're still holding within the rising wedge for now, but see if you hold it. Right, because you had we'll see, man. Could hold here, and like this wedge can actually play out, but right now we have some sort of rising wedge forming on. A little bit of conflicted information happening on this chart in the 3-day, but not really sure what this music is. I apologize. Sounds cool. Let's see. Somebody asked me what coins I'm looking to buy. These are the ones I'm looking at: AVAX, Bitcoin, Sand, Matic, ETH, Sol, BNB, IMX, HBAR, Algo, and DOT. So mostly layer ones, and one layer two. A couple layer twos, Matic and IMX. So Link, if we get continuation down, you know, $4, 4.25. The next target for Link. Like you don't have a lot of traded volume until this range here, man, on Link. So this area here, and it's a big range, I know, but this is it. Like, you want to be buying long term down here if you can get it. All right, anything below $4 probably. So we got some room to drop here if the markets continue to give us this opportunity. So $4.20. BNB, like, yeah, the zone here, man. I mean, on BNB, $40 for BNB maybe if we really start to break down. 200, it's still holding about the 200-day moving average, which is around 165 for now. And Solana, I thought we were going to get this big pump to make a clear head and shoulders pattern, but we're not doing that right now. So our next real area for Sol is like $11, man, 10, $11. You see this big block, right? Lots of trading there. Just pay attention to these order blocks, man. Like, this is where, you know, the POC's at 650 on on Sol, man. So we could dump all the way to 550, 650 on Sol, and yeah, man. Yeah, because this monthly still has room to drop, right? 44. So is a $10,000 Bitcoin, man. What do you think is going to happen? If Bitcoin cuts in half, that means some of these alts cut another 2/3. That means like $10 Sol. That means like $10 AVAX. Just look at it as a buying opportunity, man, and a gift. It's a gift. This was a nasty rejection, man, this week on DOT. I thought if we were going to close at 750, there was a good chance we could see, you know, 860 on DOT, but looks like we're coming down to test 590. Indeed. I think it's already a good time to start. I mean, listen, man. You know, catching the exact bottom, great. Anything under $30,000 Bitcoin, I think, is great. Because, you know, long term, it's going to be six-figure Bitcoin. More than likely. These are a good couple songs here, huh? Let's get some hype in the chat. You guys are enjoying the content, of course. Make sure you guys always smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Join the Discord, man. That's where all the stuff's happening. ETH did a 95% correction from its top. Wow. It'd be pretty insane if we saw a $200 ETH, but if we're repeating, I mean, this is where that order block is, man. It's $200 ETH, man. It seems insane. I don't think it's going to go that far. All right, so Tether breaking out. Shorts are on right now. And yeah, we're targeting this area right here for Tether, 7.48%. The further away from the moving averages we go, guys, the more of a buy the asset becomes, okay? Because at some point, it will go and retest these moving averages. Whether it breaks it or doesn't, you'll have a chance to get out of the trade. Okay, so if this just continues on down without testing a major moving average, like, here you go. Go on the daily. This tested the, I believe this is the 50-day. It tested the 50-day moving average here and rejected it, right? Just like when Bitcoin went to go test its 200 weekly moving average and rejected it. Around the same time. I mean, short entries were kind of given yesterday, and when we started making that 4-hour bear div, right? I mean, if Sol breaks this hourly moving average, you know, we could see Sol drop to like 34.75 pretty quick. Yeah, we triggered a 4-hour TTM here. All right, so we could see SOL drop here over the next 4 hours for sure. Looking that way. With our lower high on the stochastic RSI here on the daily, and that 12-hour bearish divergence that we've formed. All right, we're probably going to see this play out. So if we do get a major breakdown, we're going to target the range low, which is 26.89 for Solana. And yeah, I would say, I mean, we could come down to this, we could come down and make a lower low, right? That would make some sense if we really get some aggressive selling right now. Okay. IOTA? Sure. Looks like a pennant with a supply line here. That was breached a bit, but it's in a downtrend, obviously, right? So yeah, I mean, you're right at a 618. Like, if you do get a drop here, you're looking at a major drop to like 13 cents. Right? That's that pennant. 78%, man. I mean, that's and man, this looks primed for a move down because it had a parabolic move up here, right, on the RSI. So rejecting bullish territory, coming back. I mean, still technically bullish on the daily, but rejecting that 50-day moving average is gonna play a big role in this pattern playing out here. All right, so IOTA, we could be looking at some nice short here. I mean, longer time scales aren't suggesting that, but you know, on the daily we could get a move down and just maybe a quick wick. I mean, you could do something quick, dude. Like, you could just quick wick, get a break. I mean, it really depends on if Bitcoin really starts breaking down, which is what it's been doing right now as we've been on this call or on the stream here. Okay, but to me, this just looks like a pennant, man. So if it breaks down, we're looking at major move down. Probably does about half that move. That's why I'm targeting a 786 fib extension. We get a move up. The move up is, you know, up to the top of the range or close to that 200-day moving average up there. So you got to take profit one up here, and then the second take profit up here. But it's pretty much the same move. So it's like 75 or 86%. that's what we're looking at for IOTA. And the S&P is, let's see. Futures are down 0.2%. Right at a supply line, so we could see S&P continue to drop here, or reject this supply line. And the lows here on 36.76 on the S&P. If we get follow through, we could see that retested. Dollar is up 0.25% right now, and approaching this 108.25 area, which were the highs from 2002. Anything else you guys want to take a look at here tonight? All right. Well, I appreciate everyone coming out and stream tonight. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Sorry for the bad news, man. We're still in a bear market, unfortunately. We have no clear signs of any real reversals just yet. Oil and gold. Yeah, we can take a look at both. And silver, sure. UMA, okay. All right, so oil bouncing towards the bottom of this trend line here is up 0.14% currently. Could go test the 100-day moving average here on 107.4, but never broke this low. So just trading in this range right here, and can go right back up to test 107.4 and the top of the range, the 111 area. For oil right now. And gold. Is there a silver? A hope for silver, nice. Alright, so gold sitting oversold on the daily chart right now. Broke a major support level last week at that 1760 area. You got 1725 area as another level to really watch out for. If you really start breaking that, we can see much lower here for gold. Weekly is pointing down to the 1650 level, which is the 200 weekly moving average. Looks like gold might have double topped here on the weekly chart. Coming down to about 35 on the RSI right now on the weekly. So I would assume silver is probably doing similar things, seeing as though gold leads the pack. And silver breaking the 200-week moving average, so that's not a good look on the weekly chart. Next real supports here for silver are 1850 to this range here, which is about 17.25. But breaking that 200-week moving average usually does not bode well for this asset, or really any asset. Food companies, oil and commodities, the only things bullish. No, not commodities are not all commodities are bullish right now. We just discussed that. Gold and silver look really bad. What else did you guys have? Oh, UMA. Okay, yeah, take a look at that. Beanie Baby coin. $2.58. I don't really have a lot of data on this one. Let's see. Coinbase have the data? Coinbase has the data. All right. Must be a great coin if it's on Coinbase. It's done a 88.6% retrace. That's a pretty steep retrace. So if it doesn't hold here, I mean, it's coming back down to test this 230 level, and 180, the 88.6% retrace. And if we really start seeing Bitcoin break down, you know, why can't it do the full 100% retrace down at $1.20? Yeah, I mean, not a lot of history on this asset, so it's tough to really give estimates as to where it's going to go. But for now, holding at the 786 pip extension, right around that 260 region, and that's really it. It's in a bear flag. Call it a bear flag and call it a bear pennant. Call it nothing good. So we can just trade in this range here between $2 and $2.60-ish is where we're at right now. Big trading range, but from this swing low, it's what, 32%. In that range. Alright, Tether coming up to the supply line again. And so far, rejecting it for the moment. Oh, okay, we got a nice 15-minute rejection candle here. That's nice. That's good. All right. Were there anything else you guys wanted to look at here tonight? For the all of 7 people watching tonight? Ah, the S&P. All right. Yeah, let's take a look at it. We are many. Yeah. Sure. We're all node. Yeah. Nice. What's that? Yeah. All right. So the S&P, we just covered this before. It was down. I think it was down 1/4% before. Could be down more now, and it's still down 0.21%, 0.2% on the futures. So, yeah, we're coming to this this supply line right here. It's a pretty critical spot. If we don't break out here or break up here, we could just go back into a downward spiral and start breaking these levels that we tested here before, this 36.78 level. So, yeah, we are below the 3-day 200 moving average right now. We got a death cross on the S&P on the 3-day. Could be some more downside, man. Unfortunately, there's could be more downside in the stock market. Weekly down at 37 on the RSI, so already in bearish territory on the weekly. But like I said, if we don't break the supply line, it could get ugly. Could get uglier, I should say. It's already been pretty ugly. It's 24% so far down from the all-time high. And from previous crashes, we've seen, well, the coronavirus crash was a 35% correction. But if this is like a true recession or bubble pop, we could be looking at a 50% correction total from what we've done in the past. 50 to 60, or almost 60%. So we're only about halfway through the damage. All right, so that's the S&P. Fortunately, don't have good news here. DXY is ripping. I guess once this starts to slow down, we could be putting in some sort of bottom, but until then, DXY has room to run. You can see the DXY run all the way up to about 120 or 119. That would be definitely capitulating all the markets for sure. So stay tuned for continued capitulation. All right, guys, girls.